Hey, what's going on, guys? Saiyan here, back with another part to What If Kid Goku Went Super Saiyan. Before we begin, make sure to like and subscribe. It'll only bring you more videos. If you want to follow my socials, link in the description for that, as well as a Discord server, where you can talk with me and the rest of the Super Saiyan 4s. Go watch the previous parts if you haven't already. But with that, let's get into the recap. In the last part, we saw our group land on Namek, and Goku took down Frieza easily, even after he reached his final form. The Super Saiyan transformation, as well as getting his potential unlocked, was just too much for the Emperor. Although the heart virus still struck, that ended up killing our hero. Vegeta acts as Super Saiyan, and managed to defeat King Cold, which was a huge boost to his pride. Now, the Z-Fighters face a new challenge, the biggest threat yet, Androids 17 and 18. Let's pick up right there. As the two androids lay waste to the city, the Z-Fighters arrive, approaching them. Now, Goku learning Super Saiyan in the King Piccolo saga, while helping him, is now backfiring. While Jiro worked on the androids, he had seen Super Saiyan and made sure to implement that power boost into the androids, so they are much stronger than originally. The Z-Fighters practically stand no chance. Without Piccolo, it's even more difficult, and we'll get to that later. Vegeta tries to use Super Saiyan and overpower them, but even one of the androids is too much for him, although he does not die this time around. Vegeta is much stronger, so he's able to evade the killing blows, while still being knocked around easily. Gohan is practically Vegeta's pupil, so seeing his master struggle, he rushes in to help against Android 17. 17 uses a barrier to hold Gohan in place, making him watch while he beats Vegeta down. Gohan gets angrier and angrier as this fight goes on, and eventually, his rage boils up to the point of release. When he's seen again, Gohan is different. He shattered through 17's barrier and had unlocked Super Saiyan. Not just from seeing Vegeta nearly dead, but him being helpless to do anything, and noticing that half of his friends are already dead. Yamcha and Tien are both gone due to 18. 18 is distracted by Gohan's power-up, which allows for Krillin to use his new technique, the Kaioken. While dead, he ended up actually training with King Kai and learned this. Being the god of Earth, Kami is able to keep his body in the afterlife, and he's able to convince King Yama with a lot of convincing to let Krillin keep his. He knows that one day Goku might figure out a way to revive them, or even if he doesn't, Krillin should just, be loosely around here, because he did do good for the world. With this power boost, use the Solar Flare on 18, followed by grabbing Vegeta and starting to run, although 17 grabs his leg before he can fly off. That's when Gohan rushes in, elbowing 17. Krillin shouts for him to get down as he uses one last Solar Flare to try and give them enough time to escape. It works, and the three are able to do so. On the lookout, Kami isn't actually dead. With King Piccolo being dead all this time, or being sealed away, there was no Piccolo for the androids to kill, therefore allowing Kami to live. This is huge. The Dragon Balls were collected on the lookout for future use, but Kami realizes bringing back the Z-Fighters now won't really help them. That's when he gets an idea. He realizes not only that they can do something that will make them stronger, he can get there as well. Kami uses the Dragon Balls, and using Shenron, wishes back Tien and Yamcha. You guys may be wondering why he doesn't revive everyone killed by the androids so far. Well, they would definitely realize something is going on, because they just destroyed that city. And not only would they end up destroying it again, they will know it was the Z-Fighters who did this, and somehow try and find the lookout. Kami tells everyone to make their way to the lookout as well, slowly, and to not be detected. The newly healed and powered up Vegeta, alongside Gohan and Krillin, show up to meet with Tien and Yamcha. Don't forget, Cargo and Dende are also up there. Kami tells them that there's only one way for them to actually end up surviving this. Since he was able to live, Kami's able to tell them about the Room of Spirit and Time. Obviously, they will utilize it to their fullest. Vegeta and Gohan are the first to enter, not wanting to waste any time. Kami pulls Tien and Dende away for a second, telling him he has a really bad idea, but it just might save them. However, they have a new problem. While 17 and 18 were minding their killy business, they noticed everything turned dark, and 7 beams of light going 7 different places on the globe. Being the teenagers that they are, they go check it out, noticing a ball. It lit up, and this one has a few stars on it. They wonder if all of them have this. What happens if they collect them all? 17 and 18 look at each other and head off into different directions. With them being teenagers and all, frankly they're very bored, and this is a great way for them to kill time, although it might end up being horrible for the Z-Fighters. Back on the lookout, Kami brings something out, a rice cooker. Inside is King Piccolo's sealed body. He opens it and lets Piccolo out. Why does he do this exactly? Well, noting that he already has a successor, and everyone on the lookout is hundreds of times stronger than Piccolo as of now, he doesn't see why he shouldn't make an effort to save the world as he was meant to. King Piccolo comes out of the container, and screams in joy as he's once more free. But his smile is turned upside down when he notices Kami, Tien, and other fighters on what looks to be the lookout. He starts to freak out, but Kami communicates with him. He talks to Piccolo while showing him images through their minds of what's going on down there. Piccolo first doesn't really care, let those humans rot, but Kami plays the evil guy role. Didn't Piccolo want to be the one to take over the world? Why is he letting those androids do it? Piccolo seems stumped. What is Kami proposing? He explains they need to fuse once more into the nameless Namekian to stop this threat. And Piccolo isn't messing around anymore. He declines immediately. But that decision will change with time, because Kami simply says he either fuses with him or gets sealed away. Better yet, they can just throw him down to the android. Piccolo gulps. Now he has no choice but to accept. Be sealed for life, die, or fuse with his good half. While Piccolo is an evil psycho, he isn't one to let himself die when there's clearly another way to live. He's just one of those villains, who will do anything to destroy the world but also to survive. So he has no choice but to fuse with Kami. Kami tells the group goodbye as he names Dende his successor, and tells Karga to follow the path he wants to. The following fusion creates a beam of light, revealing the nameless Namekian once more. Now of course Kami and Piccolo both had a name once, but since we don't know it, and probably never will, for now he just becomes Piccolo. But not King Piccolo, he's the nameless Namekian. Kami and Piccolo as a whole. Everyone is a little confused. Should they trust this fusion? Is he a bad guy like King Piccolo, or is he good like Kami? Piccolo clears things up, saying he's neither. He's the nameless Namekian, the one that will help them take down these androids. With King Piccolo and Kami fusing, what would be the power level of this fusion? Well, considering the fact that Piccolo was probably thousands of times stronger than a 200-ish power level King Piccolo, this fusion would be way weaker. However, I would put him above the human Z fighters as of now, but below both Vegeta and Gohan. Speaking of, those two are currently training in the Room of Spirit and Time. After using Super Saiyan for the first time, Gohan is trying to work on being able to access it at will, and with Vegeta's knowledge on the form, he's able to do so relatively around the first month in there. This gives the two around 11 more months to go further. While Gohan was working on just normal Super Saiyan, Vegeta had been trying to go further. He feels like there's something above Super Saiyan in power, and he too is able to get a power-up. Of course, this would end up being Super Saiyan Grade 2, but not just that. Vegeta is far less prideful, and that shines in his training. Originally in the Time Chamber, he wasn't training with Trunks at all and went off alone. But with him being less prideful and also knowing the situation is bad, he will train with Gohan. This allows for both of them to unlock not only Grade 3, but 4 as well. The Grade 4 transformation is a little less prepared though. They exit stronger than ever, and are caught up on what's been happening. The next people to go into the Time Chamber are Piccolo and Krillin. With Krillin being the strongest of the Z Fighters, and also having Kaioken, he is the best person to go into Piccolo, to maximize both of their training, as well as to keep an eye on him just because. While that goes on, 17 and 18 are starting to collect the Dragon Balls, and by now they have all of them. It has been a full day after all. But the Dragon Balls do turn into stone. They don't know what to do. I mean, they weren't really planning on doing anything with them originally, and now they're just stones. Well, not for long. Then it starts the whole reviving Shenron thing. The balls that the androids collected lift into the air, and fly towards the lookout. Being the curious people that they are, 17 and 18 chase after it, but they're intercepted by both Vegeta and Gohan. This time around, the two are far stronger. They end up fighting the androids. Vegeta fights 18, and Gohan settles things with 17. The two win their respective matches. Gohan kicks 17, and Vegeta punches 18. The two androids collide into each other, and are then met by a combined Ki Blast by the two Saiyans, which explodes and kills the both of them. This leaves us with the androids dead, and that means no time travel. That whole thing was just avoided. Cell, however, still exists, and we just still have to wait for him to grow up and see where that goes. In the meantime, Dende becomes Guardian, and Karga starts to train with Piccolo. The two Namekians bond and become close. Piccolo's a much better mentor for Karga than Kami was, because he knows a lot more about fighting, and is a fighter. Gohan and Vegeta continue their master-student relationship, and they use the Dragon Balls to restore all the damage done. While Gohan is more into training than normal, he still goes to school, because even future Gohan wanted to become a scholar, after 14 years of fighting and training for his life. This results in him meeting Videl. The two hook up, and 11 years would pass before something else happens. The God Destruction Beerus awakens. But that's where we'll leave things off for right now. So what did you guys think about this part? Did you like that Vegeta became Gohan's mentor? How about Kami and Piccolo fusing? And why is Beerus up before Buu? Well, I can only answer one of those questions for you. We are following events like they happen in the future, as we are in the future timeline. Cell didn't grow into his imperfect form until 14 years after the androids attack, and Buu came even later than that. In the present, Beerus came 4 years after Buu, who came 7 years after Cell, so that's why Beerus is up, 11 years after the androids, or when Perfect Cell would have been. Leave your thoughts and suggestions down in the comments. I'll make sure to respond to your theories. but you need to make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be part of the Super Saiyan 4. It's free and you can always change your mind later. But with that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.